Starburns Audio.
Guys, listen. This episode you're about to listen to was recorded a little bit ago.
They're not all guys, Monét. There's some people who are ladies and people who don't identify.
Oh my God.
So maybe watch your language.
Bob, watch my fucking nuts on your chin, bitch.
Well, anyway, y'all, listen up. What we're basically saying is we are saying some stuff that sounds like we're not going by the rules of quarantine, but this was before quarantine had happened. And when we were trying to get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, and the episodes are cute. I mean, we want y'all to hear them, so that's why we're releasing it.
Monét, do you want to say goodbye to the gentleman?
Thank you, guys. I mean, thank you, people.
My name is Bob the Drag Queen.
And I'm Monét Exchange.
And this is Sibling Rivalry. Monét.
Bob.
How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm highly favored in the Lord. Yourself?
I'm well. Where are you right now? We are not together. To our listeners, this is not a side by side podcast. This is a across the world podcast.
Or saying remote is a little more relatable.
Across the world.
I'm currently in Beef, Wellington, New Zealand.
Wellington, New Zealand. I am in sunny Los Angeles.
You're in Los Angeles, in your other apartment. So for those of you who don't know, Bob fancies herself a rich bitch, and she's bi-coastal, honey.
Yeah, I have an apartment in L.A., and I have an apartment in New York City now.
Must be nice.
You know what? It is nice. I'm not going to lie.
I knew you were going to say, I finished that joke before you did, bitch. I've heard that joke so many times now.
All I said was, it is nice.
I know. You love saying that. You love to be like,
well,
Bob, every time people like, I am. It is.
Every time you say the joke must be nice, I respond, it is nice. So I guess if you keep telling that joke, I'll keep telling this one.
Have you ever been to Wellington, New Zealand?
I've never been to New Zealand once.
Really? Not even Auckland?
I have never been to New Zealand, a single part of New Zealand, not even one time.
Wow. New Zealand is nice. They fancy themselves Kiwis here, but I was told by a friend in the States that Kiwi was a derogatory name, but apparently it's not. They like being called the Kiwis here in New Zealand.
Yeah, no, they all call themselves Kiwis, and it's based off the bird.
Well, yeah, I know the bird, but I just thought for whatever reason, because of whatever that I didn't know, that Kiwi was an offensive term. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they just don't like being called bitch niggas. in New Zealand. Do not call anyone a bitch nigga. They really don't like it.
You know, at one of my shows, I said something about black people, and then someone sent me like an Instagram message, but like, hey, Monét, I really feel like you erased the people of color here when you said that there weren't any black people in New Zealand. I was like, well, I didn't say, I mean, no, not in New Zealand, in Australia. I was like, number one, I didn't say there weren't any black people in Australia. Obviously there are. I was like, I was looking into a stadium full of people, and there were literally, I didn't see any black people, which the audience agreed, by the way.
Well, I mean, that person probably is one of very few black people in in Australia, and was like,
they weren't black. They were an indigenous person. They were a person of color. They weren't black.
You're saying they were natives to Australia?
Yes, I believe they were Aboriginal. I'm not sure, but I think that's where they were coming from.
Well, I mean, it's also interesting. A lot of people in Australia consider Aboriginal people black, which is really interesting to me, because if they're Asian. If a person who was indigenous to Australia moved to America and was like, I'm black, we all be like, nigga, no.
Right. Yeah, I believe Aboriginal and Maori people, because Maori is the New Zealand native folk and the Aboriginal are Australian native folk. I think their ancestry comes from Asia. Like in Mongolia and something or the other. Someone was telling us about this.
I think Aboriginal peoples come from Australia because that's where they're indigenous to. Like they are from Australia.
But I'm saying, but like,
for example, like they don't come from Asia.
No, but like example, West Indian folk who live in my family is from the West Indies, but they're obviously by way of Africa. I think that the Aboriginal folk are by way of like Mongolia, like that area of the world.
West Indian people are not indigenous to the islands.
They say they are.
They're no. They do not say they're indigenous. No. Native Americans are indigenous to North America. And Aboriginals are indigenous to Australia, meaning that is where they are from. They started in Australia.
Okay, people who are West Indian, Bob, say that they are from the Arawaks. Arawaks are the indigenous people of lots of the southern Caribbean places like St. Lucia, Venezuela, all those places. And Arawak Indians...
do they use the word indigenous? Because that's just not what indigenous means. They're using it wrong. Indigenous means you are from... that is where you originate. That's what indigenous means.
The Arawak Indians are indigenous to the Caribbeans. The Arawaks. Look it up. The Arawaks are the indigenous people.
I'm not saying that's not true, but what I'm saying is if you are indigenous somewhere, then that's where you're from. Like most black people in the West Indies are from Africa, and that's where they are indigenous. Like black people are indigenous to Africa.
Right, but some people from the West Indies are Arawak and whatever they are, and the people who are Arawak, who are the indigenous people of the West Indies, even though they're if you part Arawak and part whatever, like the Arawak people are indigenous to the Caribbean, but they're still by way of Africa, like by their genealogy. You know what I mean?
Well, everyone's from Africa.
But is that true of Mongolian people though? Like the Mongolians who are like BC. Are they from Africa as well? I
mean, according to scientists, everyone's from Africa, and then everyone just kind of spread out to other places. Right. But that's we're talking about like Pangaea, like when the world was one big clump of land, which is not proven. It's just a theory.
Do you believe in that? Since you don't believe in Christianity, in like religion?
I mean, I could see that making sense. I don't have enough information to dictate whether or not that's true, but that doesn't sound completely far-fetched to me. Because if you look at it, the world kind of just looks like a puzzle that's kind of fucked up.
It is a fucked up puzzle. Yeah, have you seen those new things saying that like by like whatever, like, in like the next 50 years, like the Florida Keys is going to be gone, girl. It's going to be underwater.
I don't believe that.
I mean, you don't believe that? Bitch, it's science. They're saying the water levels, if we, by how much water is rising, by that, in the next 40 years, the Keys are going to be underwater.
Well, it's science, but it's hypothesis, it's theory, it's not fact. It's like, this could happen, this might happen. I mean,
they're going based on how much water is rising.
Do you remember that like half the world was supposed to be gone by 2020 already?
Who said that? I ain't never heard that one.
No, I mean, I'm being a little bit. I'm over exaggerating a little bit. Oh, to be fair.
Oh, Bob over exaggerating? No, you would never.
What's funny is that you're over exaggerating right now. How's your? Can we talk about what I've been up to lately, though? Since we talked about you and the Kiwis enough.
Sure, tell me what you've been up to. You've been filming that fucking show. I feel like you've been filming it literally every time I talk to you. You're on set for this goddamn show for the past 4 or 5 months.
Well, I have. Well, okay, I'm not. I have been lately up to filming We're Here with Shangela and Eureka, the HBO show coming out in April. But what I have been up to is I've been on my fitness journey called Everyday No Matter What.
Hashtag EMNW. ENM. You chose a hard hashtag. You're so extra.
It's just everyday no matter what. It's just the words everyday no matter what.
But you missed the D in every. I know every day is one word, but it should have been ED and MW.
But that's not how acronyms work.
Okay.
I mean, people do say RPDR, and I'm like, but RuPaul is one word. It should be RDR, not RPDR. So some people say RPDR for RuPaul's Drag Race, and some people say RDR, and then once you say RDR, are correct.
Okay, so your fitness journey. What sparked this new fitness journey for you?
Well, I was just thinking to myself, I can work out every day. Like, I can do something every day. I know I can. And when I work out, I tend to make healthier eating decisions. So if I'm working out every day, then I'll just keep making healthy eating decisions. So every day, no matter what. Today's day 7. I have not worked out yet, but I'm gonna.
Work. But also, you love doing those like bedroom workouts from like YouTube. Like you love those.
Yeah, I mean, but I've also been going to the gym with my friend Matt Griffin. I signed up for for New York Sports Club. Which I'll be doing.
Oh my God! Do we go to we go to the same gym now? The one on 145th.
No, I go to Temple in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay, but New York Sports Club. Wait, what? You just said New York Sports Club.
Well, New York Sports Club has like an elite New York Sports Club called Temple, and it's in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. When you don't want to go all the way down to Hell's Kitchen, you're gonna go to the one. Bitch, I've had to fucking tweet them and like blast them online so many times so that they fix the shit in that fucking gym because that gym is so crunchy sometimes.
Well, I don't want to go there now.
I mean, but sometimes it's not about. I pick gyms based on convenience. Like example, when I used to live in the Bronx, there was a really fancy gym by me, and it was a lot of money, but it was just convenient. Like no one, you like getting in an Uber or getting on the train to go to the gym? To me, that's so much.
Monét, come on, people have to listen to this, Monét.
I didn't. That was you. Do not pass that up. That was Bob. Don't try to be slick, bitch. That was you.
Wow, you have resorted to full on lying and buffoonery.
Buffoonery.
Do you know what Amanda Seales would call you right now?
A coon. You hate that. You hate when black people call each other coons. You hate it.
It's so nasty. It's worse. It's nasty.
But okay, do you agree that sometimes some black folk are doing coonish behavior?
Well, what do you think is coonish?
Like when you be shucking and jiving, acting like a fool, betraying your own folk.
You mean like when Omarosa was up in the White House acting crazy as hell?
Exactly. Now, Bob, is Omarosa in the White House? Is that not coonery?
I just don't like that word, Monét. I just don't like it. It's just not a word I would use to describe my brothers and sisters.
Okay, but sometimes they're worthy of that name because there was no good goddamn reason that Omarosa was in the White House acting a whole fool.
Because she was getting them dollars, honey. She was getting them cuentadas from...
she sure was.
From Massa Trump.
Not Massa Trump.
Massa Trump. Oh, we better get canceled. If you stay canceled, you ain't got to get canceled.
Oh, God, Bob.
Well, at least it's me this time and not you. I'm the one getting canceled. It's me. It's me. It's me. Can you name it?
It's me from The Greatest Showman.
It's Wicked, girl.
Oh, I've never seen Wicked. I feel like a bad gay.
Elphaba goes, I'm the one you want. It's me. It's me. Also, I've been up on my only child content, which I'm very proud of. If you all want to get a chance to check out my only child content on our Patreon, I recently released my interview with Eureka O'Hara, and this week I will be releasing episode 2 of the complete works of Whoopi Goldberg, where Shangela and I sat down and watched Jumping Jack Flash. So check that out. It's really fun.
I didn't even know Whoopi did a movie called Jumping Jack Flash. Like I have no recollection. I never heard of this title. I have no idea what it's about.
It was her second major motion picture, and
really,
she played a person who works in a bank doing deposits, and then she was helping this guy escape from the KBG, and it's not a particularly great movie, but I gave it 6 out of 10 whoops.
How do you feel about Whoopi being a guest judge on the new season? This new season of Drag Race has fucking amazing guest judges. I'm so jealous.
They have 3 that I'm really jealous about, which is Leslie Jones, Whoopi Goldberg, and Nicki Minaj.
I know, right? Oh, Nicki Minaj, which I'm a little shady that they didn't invite me to do something in the first episode, knowing that I have the most iconic Nicki Minaj lip sync in Drag Race history.
I don't think it was about you, Monét.
But I mean, it would have made sense if they would have invited me to do something because they have girls on the first episode. Like, first of all, if y'all don't know this, Drag Race girls cannot hold water. Okay, we all have been talking about who was on the first episode and what they did for the first episode, and they've been talking about everybody's looks.
I didn't know Nicki was on it until I saw it.
Really?
Real tea.
Oh no! I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't know Nikki was on it, but I knew which Drag Race girls are in the first episode.
Do you have any early season favorites?
Early season favorites. I really like. Okay, this is a hard question because I like some people already because of their looks, but I don't necessarily think that they're going to be the fiercest queens of the season in terms of like talent.
You got to answer.
Okay, my early season favorites are Gigi Good.
You can only pick two. You can only have two.
Okay, early season favorites are Gigi Good and Gigi Good and Brita Filter.
I am Brita Filter and Widow Von Du.
Widow Von Du, I'm sorry. Her looks are so crunchy, but she's a really nice queen. I met her through Monique a couple times, and she's a fierce performer, and she's really funny, but her looks are so crunchy so far.
I think that her interest look where they did that reveal was great.
Bob, you're drunk.
No, I mean I did have a couple of drinks. No, I think that her. Yeah, I
think that her reveal look was fierce.
Yeah, when they all did the little runway thing.
Oh my God, I have to go look at this again because I remember I did a podcast with Trinity about this, and I was like, "Ooh, girl."
I also feel like her look in Vegas, that like sequin.
That was cute.
Was really
I like
cute.
that. I like that. That was cute. Did you see the video of her just walking through the casino? I have to say her personality, like she seems like again, she is really sweet. I could definitely hang out with her. It would be a kiki, but the look so far a little crunchy munch.
Yeah, she's fucking fierce. Anyway, I think she's gonna be fierce. That's my little idea. But we'll see. Well, girls, we shall see.
Yeah.
Team Widow, Team Brita.
Jackie Cox, you knew her a lot in the city before. You know her way better than I do in this. I mean, I know Jackie too, but we
started dragging
hang
together
out with Jackie.
Right. Yeah, we started dragging together.
And did you gag when you see her on the season? Were you like, did you think that she would be a Drag Race queen?
Well, I heard she was on the season before I saw her, and I was like, oh my God, Jackie Cox. Because Jackie Cox was like one of those queens who was so proud about having a 9-to-5 job. Like, she kind of wouldn't shut up about it. Like, she was like, I work for the Gap at the corporate offices or Old Navy or some store I would never shop at. And and she was like so proud of that. We're all like, well, you know, Jackie, she's just doing drag for kicks and giggles. And now she's a Rue girl.
No, I think that's bullshit. Anyone who's a drag queen, okay, I don't think everyone wants to be on the show, but like to say that if Drag Race was to call them and they would say, no, I'd rather just do my 9-to-5 job or whatever, I call bullshit. Don't you agree?
I mean, that's for you though, but if your dream job is to be a high school principal and you're a principal, then you'll probably prefer to do that. But I mean, I don't know. I've always wanted to be an entertainer, so I couldn't imagine saying no. You know what I mean?
Right. You and I were entertainers. Well, one of us is a real entertainer.
I agree. One of us is. And also, maybe Tempest, I mean, it was kind of shocking that Tempest du Jour, who is a PhD tenured college professor, went on Drag Race.
Maybe it
was
I would have been like,
I'm gonna stick with my fucking. She's Dr. du Jour, Doctor of the Day,
Dr. du Jour. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a good season. Fierce guests. The queens look fierce, and I'm excited for the new season. I really am. I always say, but like when all the promos and all the looks and this are coming, I'm really, really, really excited. Especially with people like Jan Sport, who's doing such a cool idea. Have you seen her like Jan's jukebox thing, where she's taking like songs and like doing them in her own way?
Yeah, girl, Jan.
Jan.
Jan. She should change her name to Just Jan.
That's a good one. Just Jan. Like, wait, right? Her Instagram name or like her drag name?
She should change her drag name and Instagram name to Just Jan. Because
and
Jan will be hard. Jan will be hard to Google. Just Jan will not be hard to Google.
But then, so what? We'll just call her Just. That'll be her first name.
No, we call her I think the Vixen's first name isn't the. From the legendary House of Vixen. Give it up for the.
That's kind of fierce, though.
Give it up for. You see the princess, you call her the Vivian? No, it's just her name is Just Jan. But there is someone on Instagram whose name is already Just Jan, and she has not posted since 2017.
Well, then she can't have the name. I mean, she could just make her like official Just Jan or the only Just Jan or whatever it is. Wouldn't she's not the only Just Jan, but whatever.
I would reach out and be like, "What's poppin', mommy? Like, can we switch up?"
No, Bob. I would be like, yeah, if you pay me.
I mean, listen, Jan's not using it. Just Jan has not posted since 2017. Just Jan has. Let me look at this bitch's Instagram. Yeah, and I called her a bitch. She has 3 posts. 3 posts. The first post is September 29th. It says Madeline. And it's a picture of a little girl. The second post is October 2nd, 2016. It says Sunday dinner at Misty's. Yum. And then the third post is 2017, and it has no caption. It has 7 likes. I mean, Just Jan is either dead or just not interested anymore.
You don't know her life. Leave this bitch alone.
She might be fully dead. If she's dead, fork it over. You're not using it. Sometimes things just interfere with your happiness. Like you just cannot seem to get over, whatever it is in your life to help you achieve your goals. I know it happens to me. Sometimes I get seasonal depression, different stuff like that.
Well, girl, BetterHelp, that's HELP, they help assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist.
It's really amazing because you can start communicating back and forth with someone in less than 24 hours.
And it's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is just a professional counseling done securely online.
Now, because it is online, there's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be available locally in your area, so you can get it online.
And this service is not just domestic, girl. It's available to clients worldwide.
So you can log into your account anytime, anywhere, and you can send a message to your counselor.
And you'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with those other traditional therapy sessions.
Now, BetterHelp, that's HELP, help is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they can make it easy for you and free to change counselors if you need to.
It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available.
Honey, you gotta start living a happy life today. You can visit the website and read the testimonials that are posted daily, all right? You can go to www.betterhelp.com/reviews. Do people still say www? Does anyone still say www?
Well, we just did. But listen, if you want a little sibling rivalry in your BetterHelp, you go to betterhelp.com/rivalry, that's HELP, and join the over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
There's a special offer that you can have to Sibling Rivalry listeners. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/rivalry. Thanks, guys.
I want to talk about something that I think is really interesting.
Okay.
Racial stereotypes.
Okay, what do you mean? What about them?
Can
I just say, by the way, Monét, you have a long history of being really good at segues on our podcast. This was not your best work. Normally, you think of some really clever and smooth ways. I'd be like, damn, we didn't rehearse that. That was so smart. This was some crunchy shit. And as a fan of your work, I'm here to tell you, you can do better than this.
Bob, you are so rude. How dare you? You fucking damn shady ass bitch.
I'd be like, damn, Mo did that transition. Damn, Mo. But this, I was like, and let me tell you, I was like, and then she might be dead. Let's talk about Casper mattresses. Let's take a moment to talk about Casper mattresses.
You are so stupid. Which, if we got a Casper mattress endorsement, it's probably not even that fierce, but it would be so major to me. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I sleep on a Casper. I don't want to say that because I want them to pay me to say it, but I do sleep on a Casper.
I sleep on a Casper too.
And it's a really great mattress. It's really great.
It is a really good mattress. I have because in my home,
this is not paid. This is not paid, everyone. This is not paid. Casper has given us no money. Go ahead.
I have a California King Casper mattress. And I love my Casper mattress. Also, do you have the Casper pillows? The Casper pillows are really popping too.
No, I didn't know. The answer is no.
And also, they gave me, on my season, I didn't even win the challenge, but they sent me a free, in my old place, a free full-size Casper mattress before.
Oh, you bought the Casper California King?
Yeah, I bought the California King with my own hard-earned money.
I guess sending you that mattress, but they hooked you. See, they sent me one too. Someone wanted it on my season, but then they just sent it to me randomly. And then I got a mattress topper to go on top of it. So, bitch, I'm sleeping on clouds, mama.
I had to say, mattress toppers are so annoying. They're so essential, but like when you like wash your sheets, I always feel the need to wash my mattress topper too. But it's like a whole to do because I have a wash and dryer in my apartment. However, it's like a small one, so I mean I can barely fit it, and then it doesn't really wash properly. It's like a whole thing.
I don't wash my topper.
It's a lot of work.
It's a mattress.
Ew.
It's like a mattress.
No,
you don't
Bob,
wash,
you have to
you don't wash your
that.
mattress. No, I'm never sleeping on my I'm never sleeping on my mattress topper. It's like the mattress. I never actually touch my mattress, and I never touch my mattress topper.
Okay, Bob, but like still your bacteria and your germs goes through you, bitch. What you think your sheets are fucking Teflon? Like debris goes through your sheets into your mattress topper.
So if you don't have a mattress topper, what do you do to your mattress?
You flip it every couple of months and you like irrigate it. You like what I do with my mattress.
What do you mean irrigate it? You flipping your mattress doesn't irrigate it. It just flips it upside down.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying.
What do you hang it off? You hang it off. Do you hang it off the fire escape?
Can I
let air go through it?
Can I finish what I'm saying?
To take back the racial stereotypes.
I take all the sheets off. I take the mattress topper off. I Lysol it down, and then I Febreze it down, and I let it sit if I leave in the morning, I let it sit all day. Then before I go to bed at night, I will flip the mattress over and then put everything back on it.
That's some weird stuff. Like the thing that people do, like that other people have never thought of. For example, have you ever heard this idea that like white people never use towels? They just use bars of soap to wash their body.
Oh no, yeah. They never use washcloths, and that is true.
Yes.
That is very true.
Speaking of which, I want to talk about racial stereotypes. Actually,
no, that is a real thing. White people do not use washcloths. I have stayed at white friends' houses back in college and stuff like that. Like if I would go to someone's house for whatever, like whatever break and whatever. And white people do not use, well, not all, obviously not all. We're not talking about every single white person in the world.
Monét, there are black people in Australia.
Though some of the white folk that I have visited in my life, the majority, maybe one out of like the 30 white houses I've showered at, they do not use washcloths and they don't have lotion.
Well, I mean...
I'm saying white people get ashy too. Everyone gets ashy.
Yeah, well, white people do use loofahs, though.
Yeah, they like loofahs. I've seen that.
White folks love loofahs. At home, I use a loofah, but when I'm on the road, obviously you don't travel with a loofah because it won't dry. I use a washcloth, but what's annoying is in the UK, they don't have washcloths at the hotels.
Exactly.
So I go to...
Tell them.
Because it's a country full of white people, except the black ones. I don't want to hear no erasure messages. So I go to Primark and I buy washcloths and I take care of them throughout the UK.
Oh no, bitch! I will open my drag bag, get my scissors out, and take one of the towels and cut them into little pieces for a washcloth.
Yeah, they charge you for that, Monét.
No, they don't. I've never been charged for it.
Must be nice.
Because first of all, I don't have the foresight to go and get washcloths. I'm showering now. I don't have time to figure this out. So I will literally cut up a towel and use it and cut it into like washcloths.
Yeah, no, I just go buy some so that I'm not destroy. I mean, I already destroy. Like after I take off my makeup, these towels are destroyed. I'm like, they must be throwing these motherfuckers away. Like, it is. Don't you have towels in your house that are like just covered in makeup that the makeup never comes off?
Oh yeah, girl, 100%. Yes.
So I'm like, how are they? Like, they must be throwing these towels away.
Yeah. But also, have you ever? So you have the washcloth size, and you have the big body towel, and they have like that medium size. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to use that as a washcloth?
Oh, bitch, you got this big ass towel that goes from your collarbone to your fucking dick, and you are trying to hold up the corner. This shit is now as heavy as hell. The towel is now 15 pounds. You're trying to squeeze the bar of soap into it. Yeah, that's insane. I have been there.
I've been there too. It's so annoying.
The heavy ass towel. And she's like, damn, this shit is ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm not just rub a bar of soap across my body. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is the craziest shit to me. I'm like, no way. No.
I need to knock off the epidermis.
Exactly.
But I also don't shower every day.
I shower every day. I shower maybe twice a day sometimes.
I shower like 5 times a week.
Well, I also shower before I hook up, and then also after, depending on how messy things got. Mm-hmm. So that is already like 2 right there, and then I'll do like my regular shower like after the gym. I don't know. So I shower every day. Because I don't have sex every day.
You fucking every day? Damn, you fucking every day? Damn.
No, like at least every other day.
I will shower before and after sex. Not always after, but always before. And I shower after every gig.
So then you are showering every day, Bob.
That's not every day. I don't fucking work every day of my life, Monét.
Bob, if most of the times, first of all, you are always hooking up. That's number one. And you are almost always working.
I've actually slowed down from hooking up a lot.
Have you?
What?
Who are you?
Well, I have 2 partners now, and I'd be tired. No, I'm kidding. I was also like sick for a good second, and then I had my wisdom teeth pulled out. And so I went like from having my wisdom teeth pulled out with like, and you remember me then, I was like not interested in even seeing people or looking anyone in the eye. And it took me like a month to heal from that. Like probably longer than it was crazy. It was an insane amount of time that I was like in pain from having my wisdom teeth removed. Because by the way, anyone listening, you should get your wisdom teeth removed before you turn 25. I was 33. That was too late. That was way too late. And apparently it fucks up your healing process. I can attest to that. Yeah. And then between dating 2 people, so I was kind of just slowed down a little bit.
Well, I know for me, I'm on my Invisalign shit, so I'm doing that. Which, if you don't know, Invisalign moves your teeth around to get them to what you want them to be. But so I guess in the maneuvering, the moverization of the Invisalign, like my teeth are really getting fucked up, and it is inhibiting my ability to sometimes have successful oral sex.
So you can't deep throat no more?
No, not that, but my teeth be touching the dick sometimes.
Could you ever deep throat?
Of course, bitch.
I don't know. Some folks can't. Bitch. You look up with folks and you be like, "This is a bad blowjob."
Oh no, I'm not a bad blowjob giver. But now
you are scrubbing dicks with your teeth. I think you are a bad blowjob giver. You are treating the dick like you are grating dick like it's cheese.
Oh my god! Once in the blue though, I will have a situation where, I mean, when it's just like a super wide, super thick, super crazy dick, I'll get everyone's like, "Ow," and I'm like, "Oh no!" And it really hurts my self-esteem. I feel really bad about it.
So when Rue says, how's your head? You're going to say a little toothy?
I've had some complaints, Rue.
My Yelp reviews have been going down, quite frankly.
I'm gaining teeth. You losing teeth over there. So you just be, you take it. You got multiple motherfuckers in there at a time, girl.
Oh, girl. I've been a baguette of dicks. Listen. Do you eat any stereotypical foods, Monét?
Yes. You see, and as a black person, sometimes I feel ashamed to say it, but I fucking love fried chicken.
Okay, first of all, everyone loves fried chicken. Monét, chickens love fried chicken. Like everyone loves fried chicken. It is So good. Well, okay, tell me about your favorite kind of fried chicken. Like, where's it from? How is it prepared? What part of the bird is it? What are you eating it with?
Okay,
this is some coonery. Bitch, don't let Amanda Seals hear this, girl.
I love... Oh no, Amanda Seals would love this conversation. I love a nice fried drumstick. I mean, I can't pinpoint where exactly. I mean, I've had so many amazing fried chicken experiences. The one that I can recall that I can like that is vivid is a place in Charleston, South Carolina called Miss Ruth's or Delta's or something like that in South Carolina, and it is some of the best fried chicken. It was just perfectly crisp. It was that buttermilk. It was so good. Also, Kickin' Chicken in South Carolina. It's like a little chain only in South Carolina or in both the Carolinas, and it is the best. Some of the best, greatest fried chicken I've ever. I mean, I'm literally tearing up a little bit. Fried chicken is so good.
It's okay. So I love the wing. The wing is the best part of the chicken. Snap that motherfucker off. Don't let the bird fly. I love, and I like to dip every single bite of the chicken in ranch dressing. Every single. I like to add 1,000 calories to every fucking wing. I also really like the hot chicken from Jacob's Pickles in New York City.
Oh yeah, Jacob's Pickle. Okay, here's my thing. I love Jacob's Pickle too, except it be too much breading. They cross the threshold of too much breading. It's too much sometimes. It's like, this is too much.
I really like it. And I mean, okay, also, other stereotypical, okay, first of all, I grew up really, really loving grape soda a lot. All fruit flavored soda, which I found out is apparently a black thing. I found that black people like fruit flavored sodas. Did you know that?
No. Only orange and purple are the stereotypical black ones.
I don't know. You ever had a crushed peach soda?
No, I didn't even know that even was a thing. I think that's a Southern thing, then.
I'm going to hook you up with some peach soda because that shit is popping, slopping, and stopping. It's popping and slopping, and I'm not stopping. It's so good. And there are times when I kind of feel, like I said, I do feel kind of embarrassed sometimes, but I'd be like, you know what? Fucking, like, Mexicans aren't afraid to eat burritos. Japanese folks ain't afraid to eat sushi. Like, white folks ain't afraid to eat unseasoned chicken. So, like, why should we be afraid to eat what we love in public? You know what I mean?
I know, but why do you think that is? How come Japanese folk aren't made to feel embarrassed about sushi and ramen, and why aren't Mexicans ashamed about burritos and tacos? Like, why are black people ashamed of our things?
I mean, they used to do cartoons of black people eating watermelons. Like, there's a very famous cartoon of like a black person like eating watermelon. So that image, I think, from that cartoon is burned into our brains. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And there's shame around it.
And then everything associated with that, fried chicken, watermelon, grape soda, Newport cigarettes, it's all like become like this synonymous with the watermelon image, in my opinion.
Well, do you know that famous Tina and Ike Turner did like did an album together, obviously. Well, not obviously, but they had an album together, and on the cover they are in full whiteface and they're both eating watermelon in it.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I've seen this before.
It is.
I remember this. I remember this. Yeah.
That is crazy. Could you imagine the time that came out? How like, oh my God, can you please recreate that? Can you and I recreate that? I'll be Ike.
That is so fierce. I do remember the time that I told you I was going to do a Grace Jones photo shoot where she did whiteface and then you did it before me.
Oh my God, Bob. After years, after weeks, I will confess to something that I did to you to be funny. This has been literally 5 years later, and I, honest to God, literally never heard you tell me about this fucking Grace Jones idea.
So just so you guys know, if you Google Monét Exchange Grace Jones, okay, first of all, Grace Jones did a photo shoot in whiteface. Where her face was white, but her neck was still black and her hand was still black. And I was like, oh my God, I love this picture. And I just told Monet, I'm going to do this one day. And then
you did not tell me that, Bob.
And then like a week later, Monet just fully did it. And I was so shook.
So you think that I got all my resources and everything to do it the week after? First of all, that's really hard to do. Number two, I was at Queen at industry rehearsal, and then they had that Grace Jones picture on the cover of some magazine in New York. I can't remember what magazine it is. Some magazine in New York City for whatever reason used that as their cover shot, and we were at the bar, and Holly Day was like, "Girl, this is fierce. You should do this." And I was like, "I should." And then like a few weeks later, I like shot with Preston, and it came out the week after you allegedly told me your idea.
That's convenient. That's all I'm saying. That is very convenient, Mom.
Whatever. Racial stereotypes.
Monét, your segues are so bad. These segues this week you got to do better.
I'm getting back to what we were talking about. That's not a segue. That was just a little anecdote. So you don't even know how stories work. That was a little anecdotal tale, honey. And now we're going back to the main issue.
Oh, there we go. Monét, you better direct this traffic, Miss Thing.
Now I lost my train of thought.
Well, I mean, there's also stereotypes. I mean, I know I can speak. Okay, some of the white stereotypes really tickle me. The things that white people don't know that black people think about them. For example, did you ever been told that white people? I used to always hear, white people steal. White people steal. They used to always say to me, white people steal. White people steal now. Now, white people. Have you ever heard that before?
I've literally never heard. I heard them say black people steal, not white people steal.
Yeah, I've heard that. They were like, white people steal. I remember they used to always say that. And I used to hear that white people smell like wet dogs.
Oh, yeah, that. I used to hear that all the time, that white people smell like wet dogs. That is the thing that people say. But also, because you're a Southern black person and I'm a West Indian black person, our stereotypes are just different. Like the fried chicken thing. Like the fried chicken thing, I did not know that was a thing until like I started going to school in America, like in like 10th grade.
Yeah, because y'all be eating grilled jerk chicken down there, don't you?
Jerk chicken and like barbecue chicken and stuff like that. That's what like we do.
Hey guys, listen, Bob the Drag Queen here. I just came out with my brand new stand-up comedy special. It is available on iTunes, and it is called Bob the Drag Queen Live at Caroline's. I'm super, super proud of this. This is one of the best things I've ever done. So please go check it out.
It pains me to say.
So go to Bob the Drag Queen Live, Bob the Drag Queen Live at Caroline's on iTunes. Thank you. Peace.
So good.
Can I tell you a stereotype that someone told me about that I didn't know, and then I saw myself doing it? I was like, oh my God, I do. Yes, I do that. I do.
What?
My old roommate said that black people always in the bodega will hold up an item and yell like from wherever the item is, "How much is this?" And I was like, black folks don't do that. He was like, all right. And then I was in the bodega like the next day, and I had a bag of chips. And I held him and said, "How much is this?" I said, "Oh my God. Oh my God. How much
I don't
is
think
this?"
that's a black thing. I think that is a New York stereotype, bitch. Everyone in New York does that. White people do it too, bitch. I be in the CVS holding up some markers. I'm like, "How much is this?"
When I found myself, I was like, "This is," or also that when black ladies in a restaurant, and this, I've been a waiter. This is true. When black ladies in a restaurant don't like something, they always just say,
no, wait. Before you say, can you please tell the whole joke with your mom?
Okay, so first of all, my roommate also said, like, black ladies always say, whenever they don't like something in a restaurant, they just say, this nasty. And then you always ask them, well, what's wrong with it? And they always respond, it's just nasty. They never say, like, it's the texture, it's got too much salt, it doesn't have enough blah, blah, blah. They always just go, this nasty. So me and my roommate were laughing about this, and then Honey LeBronx and Martha Caldwell were out eating, and then my mom ordered some food, and on the way home, we were asking, like, how was everyone's food and everything? And my mom said, oh my God, it was nasty. So then me and Honey LeBronx just started laughing, and my mom was like, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, Mom, was it too salty? Was there a texture thing? And then she just turned around that seat and said, I don't know, it was just nasty. That shit had me dying. I don't know, it's just nasty. Nasty.
I'm looking at some other stereotypes. Another one. They said that Chinese, a racial stereotype of Chinese folk is that they like money.
Okay, I have heard the stereotype, and I've heard Yuha say that a lot. Yuha is Chinese.
Yes.
And I'll always say something about, like, I don't know, like, Yuha, okay, first of all, if you buy an outfit from Yuha, when she sends you the receipt, it says thread, snaps, zipper, fucking train fare to the thing. And I was like, girl, this is insane. Most folks would be like, it's $500, here you go. It's $1,200, here you go. Not Yuha, girl. Yuha be like, oh, that would be $587.62. And I was like,
girl,
Yuha, this
that.
is crazy. And Yuha was like, and this is Yuha's word. She goes, Chinese people like money.
She did, and she'll tell you. Yuha like she says it all the time. I'm like, and to be fair, Yuha loves money. Yuha fucking loves money.
I'm not saying all Chinese folks like money. I'm saying Yuha Hamasaki of RuPaul's Drag Race season 10. Like, I remember when y'all were on, and then Yuha was at Work the World or one of those World of Queens things at DragCon, and Yuha came backstage and she was like, "How much money will I be making next year?" And I was like, "Well, it all depends." She's like, "No, like I want to know, like, how much money are you getting paid tonight?" And I was like, "Yuha, I'm not telling you." She's like, "What about merch? Like how much money did you make in merch this year? Like, give me how much money did you make?" And I was like, oh my God. Like, have you ever seen when Yuha goes online and asks people to pick her up from the airport because she doesn't want to take an Uber ride?
Yes, I have seen that. She would be like, are there any fans in the area to pick her from the airport because she doesn't want to pay for the Uber? I'm like, you are making money.
So there would be a 16-year-old picking up Yuha Hamasaki from the airport in their mom's minivan, driving fucking Yuha Hamasaki around. And she's like, shout out to my fan. I was like, girl, call a car, Mary.
It's so crazy, Yuha. I cannot, Yuha. Even though, because she didn't want to like miss a dime, she does all her own merch. She does everything herself, so that she doesn't have to give anyone any money.
Yuha produces these shows in New York City. She self-produces these shows. One of my friends went and they said when they got there, Yuha was taking the money at the door. And then at some point the music stopped and she ran to the sound booth to turn the music on. She was doing her
Yuha is wild.
She was doing her own music. She was selling. Then after the show, she was selling her own merch. I was like, this is insane. This is insanity.
It's crazy. Some other stereotypes I'm seeing here. Koreans love beauty. Like, they love like skincare and stuff, which...
Okay, this is not... Okay, this is horrible because Kim loves that shit.
Wait, you said it's horrible?
Because we're like proving that all the stereotypes are true. Kim loves that shit.
She does love that shit. But I mean, Korean beauty is kind of... Korean skincare and beauty has been like... That's like a known thing, I feel like, in the world. Like, there are like so many amazing and like lots of Korean beauty stuff, especially with skincare.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Kim fucking... You remember Kim did those masks?
Oh, she did them, man. Yeah, she still has them. A fan brought them to the meet and greet the other day for her to saying. I was like, girl, you still got these damn masks? She's like, yeah, girl. I was like, word, I should buy some more. So far, all we're proving is that all of these stereotypes are true. I mean, there are also some stereotypes that don't fit into. Like, for example, Luis, my old assistant, was Latinx, but did not like spicy food at all. Like, could not even smell spicy food. Wait, is that a stereotype that Latin people like spicy food?
Yeah, like jalapenos and peppers and like chili peppers.
I guess, yeah. I associate spicy food with Indian. Like, a lot of Indian foods are spicy.
Well, I mean, there's lots of folks. I'm sure there's tons of culture that like spicy food. For example, Japanese people like wasabi. Black folks like hot sauce. Mexicans like jalapenos and chili peppers. So.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is not about being right. Okay, we got it. Moving on.
It's not about being right, but this time I was. But honestly, here's what I feel. more than anything, like I don't think people should be ashamed of falling into a stereotype. Like the fact that the patriarchy has made it that everyone underneath it feels embarrassed. Like, how have we gotten to a point where black folks feel embarrassed to enjoy watermelon in public? A completely, perfectly healthy snack. I go to Whole Foods and buy an organic watermelon, and I'm like, I hope no white folks ain't looking at me.
Right.
And to me, that seems shady. So I feel like what happens is white people have literally made us feel bad about making decisions that are perfectly fucking normal. And now we feel like unhealthy about it. You know what I mean?
Wow, Bob, that was very well articulated. Okay.
Okay, well, there's another stereotype that black people aren't articulate. So you're shocked that I'm articulate?
Oh, my God.
Wow, Bob, that was well spoken. Wow, Bob, that was well spoken. Well, I've been speaking English for 33 years, the only language I speak.
No, you also speak Ebonics.
One time a guy came up to me at a gig and was like, "You're so well spoken," and you just really have such a great grasp from the English language. And I said, "Well, it's the only language I speak, and I've been speaking it for 30-something years now." He was like, "No, that's not what I meant."
Well, that's what you said. I can only go by what you said. I don't know what you meant. I'm not in your brain. I know what you said, though.
Are you trying to sound like me? That's something I would say?
No, I'm just speaking as me. Everything is not about you, Mom.
Oh my God! Don't become a mommer. Please don't become a mommer. Who is there anyone on tour? As we wrap it up, is there anyone on tour that you are like? Who is anyone on tour right now that you never toured with before?
I've toured with everyone now except Sharon. Well, okay, so when I did my season of Drag Race, right at the end of my season, I had to run to do Work the World for 3 days because Shangela called out of work, and then Brandon Voss, who's the owner of Voss Events, who produces Work the World, was like, "Hey girl, can you come to do the Work the World? Can you host it?" I was like, "Oh my God, you want me to host?" Meanwhile, it's like Latrice, it's like all these huge queens on this tour, and they're like, I'm a little old.
So you're calling Latrice huge?
A little old eliminated Monét Exchange. He's like, "Can you host the show?" I was like, "Sure." So I went to go do it. Sharon was on the tour. So I only worked with her for like 3 days, and she was a little crazy.
She's crazy.
But whatever.
She's not a little crazy. Sharon is certified.
Oh, girl, this tour, I was like, Sharon is a fucking psychopath. We were recently at the Sydney airport, and we had like for whatever reason, because so a lot of us are Delta. If you got a lot of the queens fly Delta, and we're all like Delta Platinum, Diamond, whatever it is. But for some reason, they weren't letting us into.
Is there anyone who's not Delta Platinum, whatever?
I don't know. I think Kim, but she's like working her way up there. But she was the top tier American because she was based in Chicago, so that's where a lot of her flights were. So that
shit is so funny. Watching Kim try to like get access to Delta stuff because she was like really backing this American horse and no one else was.
Exactly.
And everyone flies all the Rue girls Delta. And Kim, Kim loves doing the other thing.
Oh,
if everyone's doing one thing, Kim will do the other option. And now Kim's sitting out there sitting down at the fucking Popeye's chicken, and the rest of us in the Sky Lounge.
Speaking of,
trying to see who's got a fucking
sandwich is so good. By the way, that's good fried chicken.
Girl, let me tell you right now. As far as fast food fried chicken, I think it is the best chicken sandwich on the market as far as fast food goes.
I agree.
And anyone else that says otherwise is a hater.
Or racist.
All right, so Sharon.
So we're at the Sydney airport, and they weren't letting us into the lounge. So like a lot of us were just like finding things to do. So Kim she went to the Gucci store in like the big Sydney International Terminal. So she sees Sharon, and Sharon got that crazy look in her eyes. So Kim is like avoiding eye contact and just like running into the store, trying to go unnoticed. But of course Sharon sees it, and Sharon yells across the way, "Kim!" And then Kim runs into the Gucci store. So then Sharon follows her in, and then Sharon goes, "Of course you're being this highfalutin, expensive designer store." Meanwhile, Sharon is fully wearing Gucci eyeglasses, and then Kim does that nervous laugh thing, and then Sharon goes in full voice, "We should what's the word? Not steal. What's the word? The other word for steal?
Shoplift."
Yeah, she goes, "We should shoplift." And then Kim is like, "Oh my God." And then Sharon proceeds to take one of the shoes from the display and puts it in her bag. And the woman behind the counter goes, "I'm going to call the police." And then Sharon puts the shoe down and runs out the store.
That's some crazy white people shit.
You know, could you imagine my big black ass doing that action, bitch? There would have been a fucking SWAT team wrestling me down to the ground.
Okay, first of all, the cops would have already been there, and you'd been shot in the back.
The cops would have been waiting for me to come.
Girl, we waiting on you at the door. Tilts head to the side.
Yeah, Sharon's a little
Sharon's
crazy.
wild. I did 2 tours with Sharon, and she's fucking loony. Like is Plastic Tiara fun? She looks like so much fun.
Oh, Plastic is a lot of fun. She's a good time girl. Although Plastic, no, I don't want to tell her business. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that part. But Plastic is a lot of fun. Plastic.
Say their business.
I was just saying, Plastic has a lot of boys vying for her attention.
But now I want to know what Plastic did.
She didn't do anything. It's just she has a lot of boys vying for her attention. That's all I'm gonna say. But Plastique is a lot of fun. She's really funny. She's fucking beautiful, and she's a good teammate. You know when you tour with girls who aren't good teammates, and you're like the whole time you're like, this bitch. She's a team player. She's fierce. I love Plastique.
I think Plastique's a hot guy. That makes sense to me. That guys would be like,
oh yeah, she's a hot guy. She's a beautiful woman. Like it's like, I can't. I hate it.
I also trying to think of like, I don't know, you know, like some folks are quiet. Like I was trying to tell folks that Cameron Michaels really is that quiet. Like she really just be sitting there saying nothing.
It's fucking strange. Cameron will literally talk and keep to herself for the whole week, and at the end of the week, you're like, oh yeah, she's in the show. Cameron Michaels, she's not doing anything.
Yeah. All right, I think we did it, Mo.
We did it. We done did another episode.
All right, let's hop off so you can tell me about this Plastic Tiara drama. Or
work. Okay.
All right, bye everyone.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.